has already been fired. Why will riders notice this? Why should people between the lines? There are lines.
Riders will notice because the chief general manager is responsible for new construction. He's responsible for scheduling. He's responsible for employees. He's responsible for the whole operation. If you have a good chief general manager, as we have, you see the kinds of service improvements, gradual, every year for the last several years. We've seen that, and it's been rewarded by increased ridership, by more service out there on the streets. Is it where we want it to go? No. Do we have more work to do? Obviously, yes. But I think this is going to be a kick in the head to the system and all the subsystems within the TTC, and in the end it will result in a poor quality system of TTC and therefore poor quality rides.
One bureaucrat means that?
One bureaucrat, leadership matters. And having a good leader who knows the business, and Gary of course comes from the operations side of the TTC, he knows that intimately. He knows scheduling, he knows personnel, he knows the routes, he knows them like the back of his hand because he's had that 35 years experience. So replacing him will be a very, very tough job indeed.
And what effect will this have on the plan for transit expansion? The light rail?
Yeah, well, I think the mayor sees this as the first step in his way of bringing back the subway plans. However, it is very clear that Council has spoken on 3 of the 4 lines that are part of the light rail plan. There's one more to go. That debate will happen between now and March 21st, and then the Premier and the Province of Ontario will have very clear instructions as to what the City of Toronto wants. This is a power play by the Mayor at the present time, and whether it actually assists his agenda, what I'm sensing out there from people I talk to, there's going to be a big backlash. If this kind of vendetta works on one of the most respected civil servants in the City of Toronto, the anger out there is palpable.
Do you think councillors will react badly?
I think councillors will react badly because they'll see their residents reacting badly. But you can go after senior civil servants because they do their job, because they provide their best unbiased advice. This shows that the mayor is really desperate and is going to do whatever he needs to do to push forward his ideological opinion rather than listen to good sound policy advice.
So you think this resonates with real people? I'm just curious.
I was at a funeral this morning. The place was packed as I was leaving the funeral. These are average, regular Torontonians were saying, "Joe, go, you got to stop that." There was a real feeling, there's a real feeling out there that there's an injustice, a gross injustice happening today, and they're outraged. They're outraged.
So no bureaucrats were ever forced to David Miller and his former mayor Michelle Webster. This is the first time in the history of City Hall.
Peter's actually here. He wants to know whether or not he feels.
No, there are other times. One would think and hope. Very often they come through restructuring. Sometimes they come because of performance or lack of performance issues. This is the first time in my memory, and I've been here since the amalgamated city together, that someone is fired because they provided their best advice. That's what's happening here.